The final word. The final word. So, Law.
What up?
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Mike Zimmer or not. Word.
The Zim Master.
Oh, man.
He got heavy hitters speaking up for him, though. Heavy hitters.
Yeah, I'm also saying the opposite. I'm saying the opposite, too.
You got Ware. You got
The final
Spears.
word.
Yeah, it's epic. It's a tidal wave for Zimmer. But I'm seeing.
I know you did your homework though. I know you did your homework.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about it, bro. We got to talk about it, because there's a couple of rumors here and there, a couple of things. We go just kind of break this down.
No, a philosophical way.
The final
You
word.
got to at least take a look at it. And Law, I think we should also just kind of talk about this whole process, right? I think there's some things we can get out of this. Just self-reflect. You know what I mean?
The final word.
You know what? It just hit
The
me.
final word.
If things play out the way it play out, we're going to get George Iloka on the phone.
I was thinking about him today, bro.
It just hit me just
He's
5 seconds ago.
perfect, bro. I thought about George Iloka yesterday and this morning. Because I referenced him when I was talking about Mike Zimmerman.
The final word.
Yeah.
Well, because I was researching George
final
Iloka,
word.
before he came to Dallas, right?
The final word.
Right.
But I
The
never
final
forgot
word.
what he said about Zimmerman when he was at Cincinnati. And I'm gonna pull it. I ain't gonna pull it now, but I'm gonna pull it.
Okay.
And he basically was like, Zimmerman let everybody know he has no favorites. He don't care if you're a vet, a rookie, nothing. He say the best man is going to play. And that's the main reason he went to the Vikings.
Yeah.
Because of the character of Zimmerman. I was like, man, we need to talk to him.
Hell yeah. You know what's crazy, though? You know what Zimmer's strength is?
What's that?
Is what you play.
Yeah.
DB.
Yeah.
He started off as a DB coach.
Yeah.
But he focused when he got into coaching defensive line and
The
linebackers.
final word.
So what's the strong suit of this team? You got a good defensive back room.
Yeah. Woo! Man.
Look what's going on. All we needed just one or two pieces, and I'm quite sure he's gonna pull some resources to get the better linebacker in the building.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You over there with that mama's cooking, man. You over there with that mama's cooking. Swallow.
Put a little bit more. Put a little bit more in my cup, man.
Swallow. Swallow. What it?
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Oh my God.
Let's go, bro. Let's go, man.
My religious folks ain't gonna be happy with me, you know.
But
I'm
swallowed.
Swallowed up.
Is it law? You religious? No, I'm not religious at all, by the way. You know, I'm spiritual. That's two different things. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go down the no. You ever been swallowed? Man, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Lately I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game.
Let's go.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rivera now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. I switched sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Let's go.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this.
Nothing.
Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
I keep a hammer.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
And I do. Man. All right. So, Law, this is what I want to do while we waiting on the brethren to come in.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're in the off season. We got some time, right? We can kind of take our time. I want to just have a discussion real quick on just kind of like what's going on right now. I just want to just talk it over with my brother, Law Nation, all right? So, Law, I would want to start with Joe Whitt, right? And just kind of get your thoughts on this, all right? This whole thing, because we trying to, you know, put the pieces back together.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to just ask you a question. I just want to talk. What does it say when Joe Whitt started as the in-house favorite for the Cowboys DC gig? And here's what he said a few years ago. My two dream jobs when I started off, and this has stayed the same. I wanted to be the head coach of South Florida or the DC of the Dallas Cowboys. That was back when I was in Louisville.
Right.
What does that say? Like, just, you know, for him to go from being the way that he was to now gone.
Something with Sauer way before, you know.
Yeah.
Because
right.
If your dream job was to be with, let me just use this, and ladies, just bear with me with my analogy. Shout out to you, the OC.
What's up, OC?
What's up,
man? How y'all doing?
Man, good to see you, big dog.
Good to see you, my dog.
Yeah, man. Good to see y'all.
If your dream woman was to be with, you know, Beyonce, and I'm just using this as an analogy, right?
Yes.
And you had the opportunity to be with her, but you said, "Nah, I'm gonna take Sierra instead." And something along the way happened, right?
Yes.
That desirable moment, and I hope I know the OC gonna come in with a better analogy than
I like it. It's good. I like it. It's clean. It's clean.
But I'm trying to keep it PG-13.
Oh, it's very PG.
So
I'm loving it. This is perfect. I'm loving it.
For him not even to sit down,
right,
and to at least see what they got to offer, to see what it is up under there. Oop, excuse me.
Hey,
help me out, man. Come on, I'm tagging
OC. Help him. Help him, OC. Help him. Help him, OC. Did you hear my question, OC? Did you hear my question? Do I need to catch you up?
Restate it one more time.
All right.
Start off with the tweet and everything.
I'm gonna take my time. Like I say, it's the off season, man. We gonna take our time, bro.
I believe I have it, but I want to be sure.
No. This is important. And you know, this is why I want to make sure you got it. I'm gonna take my time, bro.
Take your time. Okay, good.
All right. So what does this say? You funny, OC. I mean, Law, you funny.
Ashaniqua. They said, "Nah, use Ashaniqua versus Beyonce." Well, Ashaniqua, then, you know, shout out to Ashaniqua. You know.
Kids, go to bed. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Take the kids and put them in the bed. All right. So OC, what does it say, bro? For Joe Whitt to go from literally being leaked that he was the in-house favorite, okay? So they putting it out there. He's the favorite. And then they was marketing him. This from Captain Watkins. He said, here's what he said a few years ago. My two dream jobs when I started off, and this has stayed the same. I wanted to be the head coach of South Florida or DC of the Dallas Cowboys. That was back when I was at Louisville. So to go from that to now, all of a sudden, February 4th, Joe Whitt was scheduled to interview Monday for the Cowboys. defensive coordinator vacancy. Instead, he will follow Dan Quinn to Washington as the wait. So he went from prime candidate to replace Dan Quinn to, let me see if I got my button. Please have that button. It'd be so perfect. No. I finally got to use that button. How did he go from that to?
Are y'all there?
Yes, waiting on you.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened with my connection. But yeah, I saw what you said in context. So I hadn't kept up with this part. Has Joe Whitt got another job somewhere else?
This Washington Commanders.
Okay, well then this is what happened, Law. This is what happened.
Yeah.
He wanted to be with Beyonce.
Ooh.
But it was something that happened that was called deal breakers. You see, in relationships, you have certain non-negotiables.
Oh man, and
wait.
Riggs!
Wi-Fi, don't do it. No, not today.
Why would you do it?
No.
Here we go. I'm back.
Okay. Well, we believe you. All right, let's go.
I'm back.
All right.
Hey, and if not, I'll change locations. Can y'all hear me?
You good?
You good.
All right, so look, it was certain non-negotiables that took place here. So he got the date with Beyonce, but his non-negotiables was that Beyonce could not have a bad temper, and Beyonce went off on the first date. His non-negotiables was that I will deal with some stuff, but you know what? Bad breath, that's a no-no. I can't deal with bad breath. Beyonce had bad breath on the first date. You know what the non-negotiable was? The non-negotiable was the non-commitment to doing whatever it takes to have winning football with the Dallas Cowboys. And so what happened was he got in the building and he saw all these non-negotiables being broken by the Dallas Cowboys. And you know what? His man, Dan Quinn, got that job with the Commanders, and he said, you know what? I got to go. Because at least there, I'll have a chance to actually create a winning defense without all of the malarkey. That's what happened.
The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Well, let me jump in on this, boss. Let me say this, though. It goes to the theory of bird in the hand is better than two in the bush, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Washington team, they already announced that they hired their offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, right?
Yeah.
And they probably was squeezing him and knowing that he got that date with Beyonce and said, hey, if you go on that date, there's no guarantees that this opening will be for you tomorrow. So either you're going to be all in with us and have this 3-year deal, or you can play around with the Joneses on that 1-year deal with a lame duck coach who's going to be turning and burning next year. And there's not even a guarantee that you're going to be the defensive coordinator, because I heard that they bringing in Ron Rivera. They bringing in Zimmer. They bringing in Wink Martindale. How would your resume stack up against those boys? Come on with me, and I can take real good care of you now versus someone promising to take care of you later. How about that?
What bothers me though, and I like your, they
basically,
counter, you giving it some balance on it to where they likely try to, put some pressure on him to go ahead and come over, but I see it kind of like, all right, y'all hear me out. What does it say when he rather go over to a basketball front office? Did I say that?
Magic.
That it's a basketball.
It is. It's Matt Johnson. And Matt Johnson's a Cowboy fan too, by the way. But go ahead.
OC. What? Like, when I really try to use my common sense, I say, man, He went over there with basketball guys versus staying with football guys.
Well, I'm going to tell you, boss, and this is what I believe, it was the breaking of non-negotiable. You see, because I can go out with Beyonce and I can deal with a bad breath. I can deal with her temper for 1 or 2 dates. But you know what? I'm not going to get engaged to Beyonce in that scenario. You understand this, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I would rather marry Left Eye, as an example, who is stable, reliable. I know what I'm going to go get. And she may not look as good and dress as fancy as Beyonce. But you know what? I know what I'm going to get, and I'm not going to wake up with a knife in my back or some bad breath every day in my face.
Wait. That's the wrong example.
That is.
You burn that whole house down, bro.
Because there's nothing appealing about Washington. Nothing.
Okay. Listen, you're
See,
right.
you
you're
talking
right,
about
you're
Left
right,
Eye. See, Left Eye was. She was.
Okay. Look. Whoever else you want to say is a 7 and not a 10. Okay,
You got to name a
gaps.
7, bro. We gonna put the pressure on you. You got to name a
You-
7, bro.
look,
You got
okay, hold on.
You got
Hold
to
on.
name this 7, bro.
You
Because
can-
we know who Beyonce
okay.
is. We trying to get this 7 in
okay,
our
look.
mind.
Okay, as an example,
Thank
he
you.
rather be with Kelly Rowland. There
No,
you
that's
go.
not a 7. Don't you do
Kelly-
Kelly like
Kelly's
what
about
is
8 or
wrong with
7.
you, man?
Come
No,
on, man.
8 or
OCU
7. You
was
seen
doing
Kelly?
what?
Have you seen Kelly in person?
She what? She colder than Beyonce. What's wrong with you?
Man, okay, look, man. Look, I'm giving you a secondary backup star versus the main star. This is the point of this conversation.
I'm trying to get you to name something. I can't think of no 7s either. Go ahead.
Okay, so look.
Red, man, that was Washington. They sexy
Oh,
red, man.
somebody said it. Oh, Lisa Bonet. Thank you. That's a good one. That's your 7.
Lisa
That's your
Bonet.
7.
Lisa
That's your
Bonet.
7.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. That's
Lisa
a good
Bonet
one.
put it, yeah.
Good one. That's a good one.
All right, man.
That boy said Kelly Rowland, man. Hey, man, hold on real quick, bro. That boy said Kelly.
Kelly Rowland was a backup singer. This is the point.
Man, don't you ever do Kelly like that?
Look, it's not that Kelly's not beautiful, but listen, my point is this. You can have Destiny's Child, but you're not going platinum without Beyonce, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay. They don't like this conversation. All right, so man, let's switch it.
Hey, look.
Wi-Fi.
All right, I'm back. Am I back?
You good?
All right. So look, this step.
Oh, now
The
you
only
bad.
reason why you leave, I'm gonna change locations.
All right,
I'll be back in a
We'll
second.
hold it down. We'll hold it down.
Riggs! Hey, man.
But you feel me on that law? Like, how law, and I can't wait till the OC come back. To me, this is what it says, man. Just being honest. How do you not take a look at yourself?
Right.
Like, you know, I'm going to go with y'all example. You Beyonce, and you watch your man run out there for Lisa Bonet. How do you not check your breath? How do you see what I'm saying, Law?
Yeah.
Like, how do you not check your attitude? How do you not say, wait? I'm the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
We just lost to the Washington No Names. As we was putting out there, you know, anyway, I beat that horse. I was just asking a question.
Yeah, man. I think we all kind of like
We beat that horse.
We beat the hell out of that horse. But at the end of the day, man, I think that Whitt Jr. Thought about self-preservation.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
this is
I
why
can see
I
that.
don't
I
like.
can see that.
This is why I don't like
That's
the coaches having the opportunity to interview while the playoff is going, because in his interviews now, I'm listening to Dan Quinn very closely, and one of the things that he kept bringing up was he said that he want to make sure that this time I do it right. This time I make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's. And what he's implying is basically You mean to tell me the first other times that you was getting the opportunity to interview, you wasn't all in, but this time now, you probably had to push things to the side. He probably didn't dive deep into the Green Bay Packers tape, right? And said, hey, I got to focus in on this opportunity to make sure that I can land my feet on solid ground on the next position that I get. So I'm going to focus a little bit more than what I did the last time. And I'm going to also let my people know, Al Harris, Joe Whitt Jr., if I'm granted an opportunity with this job, I'm going to look out for you. And their mindsets may be saying, next year, I need to know where I'm going to lay my head at, and I need to know where Dan Quinn is going. And those are human instincts, self-preservation. If all three of us working for a big network and I get the opportunity to work for another big network and I have the ability to lift y'all up, I'm going to say, hey, boss, man, look out. If I get this job, man, I got you. OC, look out. If I get this job, I got you. All three of us not thinking about the thing at hand because you're thinking about the bigger opportunity across the way there.
Right. OC, you sound like you sound good. I want to ask you a question just because right now I think it's a good opportunity for us to do some self-reflection. Because it's not even just Jerry Jones, OC. It's not just Stephen Jones. We got to also be honest and say Joe Whitt was a Mike McCarthy guy. Remember, he was coaching over there under Mike McCarthy and was recruited directly twice by Mike McCarthy. So was Dan Quinn, did he take your woman? Or did you lose your man? You like that?
Well, look, this is what I'll say about that. Time and chance happens to them all. Meaning this, that at a certain time, you get a chance. And you got to make up your mind what you go do with that chance. So regardless of however we slice this pie, and 4 slices are 8, Joe Whitt had the immediate opportunity to be the Commander's defensive coordinator, and he jumped on it. He took it. Versus being at the Dallas Cowboys and not being immediately offered that defensive coordinator position when my man Quinn took that Commander's position. You see, he was going to have to compete and fight for his life and prove that he was somebody when he had already proved what he could do over the last several seasons. So a lot of times the Cowboys go through this merry-go-round and they cut off their nose to smite their face. If he was going to be defensive coordinator, they would have offered him the position within a few days of Dan Quinn leaving. Did they not know that he was interviewing? Did they not know that it was a possibility for him to be the head coach somewhere else? They've known this the last few seasons. So this came at no surprise. Have they not evaluated it and seen Joe Whitt's work? So a lot of times, in the words of TLC, don't go chasing waterfalls. Listen to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. In other words, love those who love you. And you might love the Dallas Cowboys, but they don't love you the same way that you love them. You must move on because time and chance happens to them all.
Perfect.
That was perfect. That was perfect, bro. I got to hit another button on that.
The OC.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Man, straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Time and chance happens to us all. All right.
But here's the other truths though, Boss and DOC.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn was never fired.
Yeah.
He was never fired. So these were his choices. He wouldn't and wanted to leave the Cowboys. On top of that, keep in mind, if he's saying that the opportunity was just too vast for him to not turn down last year, the the opportunities was there for him to be a head coach at Chicago, for him to be a coach at Chargers land, for him to be a coach at, I believe, the Texans, or also the Denver Broncos. Allegedly, all of those spots were open and available for him. And you mean to tell me you're going to take Washington over those organizations? Come
right.
on, man. It's not adding, and it's not making.
It has a smell. It has a smell.
You got a smell. You got a real smell like, and I hate to say this, dog. It got that sabotage type of smell in deodorant. Because here's the thing. I was told by a bird that, a little birdie told me, that's really inside, that said that basically his eyes and his mindset was really to be the head coach here.
Evil world.
It's an evil world. Look, Dan Quinn didn't follow the goodness and the graces until after week 5. Let that sink in. Mike McCarthy was walking the planks, man. He was about to get killed. He about to get guilty. Well, he was already guilty, but he was about to get exiled until after week 5. Until he said, you know what? Let me open this thing all the way up. This team done turned into a bipolar team because it was first we were being compared to the 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens, and then we finished the season off as back to the 2020 Cowboys. It's like we all of a sudden couldn't play formidable defenses anymore. We couldn't show anything from our defense. We stopped getting takeaways and turnovers. We stopped getting sacks, the normal things that we normally get, and we just fell off. We got rid of all of our linebackers. They couldn't find, look, I'm 205 pounds. You couldn't find nobody bigger than me? Boss, you see me. They couldn't find nobody bigger than me.
Man. Yeah, it does have a little willful sabotage, man. Like a lot of people ain't gonna say it, but it did, man, because especially that final game. It's like, bro, we know that you ran a lot of man and you all of a sudden went super conservative zone.
Yeah.
You like the pass rush couldn't get there. You wasn't challenging the receivers. So it almost looked like he was offended. I'm just being honest. I don't know that. There's no evidence of that. I'm just spitballing. Now, guys, we've been hearing about Zimmerman, but I want to play this today from G-Bag Nation. We go talk about this.
We're off and running. That was all for entertainment purposes. I actually love you.
He's doing a great job.
You're doing a hell of a job, man. Carter Freeman kicking butt and taking names here for us. He's running all your web stuff. You could watch us at Twitch and YouTube. But Brian, you're in your.
Can you turn up the volume, boss?
Now, here on Radio Row.
Oh man,
we have so many of these Super Bowl people. What are you hearing about the Cowboys right now?
I'll tell you what, Mike Zimmer, a Zoom meeting right now with the Cowboys.
Oh, let's go.
So Mike Zimmer, there's some people whispering that maybe Ron Rivera is going to get this job for a reason you're not going to like.
What's that reason, Broadus?
Well,
are we going cheap?
Might be a situation where the Commanders are paying a guy, and for 1 year.
Oh, Jerry just loves that.
Yeah. Somebody's getting paid.
Are we bargain bin shopping our coaches the same way we do our free agents?
I'm just throwing it out there that there's people that walked up to me and gone,
bravo.
They go, I'm like, what do you think about Zimmer? I tell them about Zimmer. I have my thoughts about Zimmer.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Or loves going up to Washington and saying, hey, thanks for paying my coach for me, guys.
I had to help Broadus get Zimmer out of his mouth before breakfast this morning.
I just can't believe that kind of that nonsense goes on.
That's ridiculous.
That boy Brian Broadus, he just can't. Hey man, he just felt like saying it. Listen, just one more time, Brian Broadus. I can't believe that type of nonsense goes on.
Broadus get Zimmer out of his mouth before breakfast this morning.
I just can't believe that kind of that nonsense goes on.
That's ridiculous.
But anyway, yeah, the thing about it is that there's guys walking up to me. I'm like, I'm talking about Zimmer, and they're like, hey, Ron Rivera, though, I'm telling you, man, there's a contract getting paid by the Commanders. It might be an option. And I'm like going, please don't tell me that. So anyway, I do know for a fact, Mike Zimmer, Zoom meeting, Dallas Cowboys.
right now.
Okay, and between the two, Zim or Rivera, we're Team Zimmer here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm with you.
And more
Get him out of your mouth.
I think more
No,
importantly,
he's in my mouth, baby.
We're
We're
we're team not Ron Rivera, I think, first and foremost, and then we can be Team Zim. But when a Zoom meeting takes place, is that Zimmer saying, guys, I'm retired. I'm not trying to get on the flight and do the thing, because Arthur Blank's flying guys out. They're doing the thing, the schmoozy schmooze. And is Jerry just like, hey man, let's half-ass this thing on the Zoom, or is that a Zimmer decision? I'm trying to figure that out.
I'm trying to. You know what? I think
I think we're half-assing everything.
I just
we
let
don't
me
want to
say
pay guys.
this.
We're going to Zoom it. Let's half-ass.
Let
this
me say
organization.
this. Let me
I
say
get to
this.
hire an old guy, and I don't have to pay him.
I
This
never
is a
want to hear
win-win for
Jerry Jones will write a blank check for a Super Bowl again in my life.
Hey,
I'm getting real sick and tired of the
whispers,
lies that are
guys.
being told by this
That's
damn
just whispers.
organization.
See, at least Brian Broaddus is being very fair. He said it's just whispers. Yeah, he said it's just whispers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Law, we'll kick it off with you, bro. What's your thoughts on that, man? Because obviously it's pretty unanimous. Most of us have been pretty much rocking with Zimmer.
Yeah.
And wanted Zimmer. But when you hear, Brian Broaddus, he basically out there at media role and all that kind of stuff. He also was very clear. He said, hey man, is he just whispers? So he didn't come out there like it's been declared. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on the mess.
When there's smoke, there's fire, and someone had to tell him that, right? And by law of what the information that we know, the Cowboys pay the lowest salary to their coaching staff than anybody in the National Football League. I think they are like ranked third or second in the overall salary, for all of their staffing. And we give people chances like Darian Thompson to be a linebacker coach, right? Scott McCurley to be a linebackers coach. We give chances like an Aiden Durday, who's really never cut his teeth in the NFL, but came over as a transfer student that was learning on the fly to be our defensive line coach, right? So we have the richest organization. We talk about $9 to $10 billion in revenue that we have, or whatever the value worth of the Cowboys, but we pay the lowest out of all of the salaries. So it's crazy.
Let's say that again.
Right. We pay the lowest out of all of the salaries. I think Mike McCarthy is getting paid $4 million. That's one of the lowest out of all of the 31 other coaches out there. So I would say this, though. I'm not going to put that past Jerry Jones. I think that even B. Bird, or it could have been Coach Marv, they had a whole research.
It was Coach Marv.
It was Coach Marv?
Yep.
On the spending, like what it is that they don't do?
Mike McCarthy is the second last paid coach.
Second last paid coach. But no, I'm talking about the money. Like he said that the Cowboys are broke, basically.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
I remember he went over that. He said that he feared that. Yeah, we went back and forth on that. I said it's more a philosophy. Way that they do business, like they try to bend everybody over. I don't think they have money problems. They have, it's too many assets. You know what I mean? They asset value. It's no way. I know cash flow is different than asset value, but it's also they name so good they could come up with cash so fast from any financial institution is ready to loan them. I don't think it has anything to do with their ability to play. They sneeze it. When you take a helicopter to work, you got bread.
You got paper. Yeah. Well, there's something about they don't want to spend that money, man.
I think it's a family philosophy, man. I think that's how they are. I think it's always about. I think didn't you say misers before, OC, or something like that? So
Misers. Rich misers.
Break that down.
I'll bet you $1 to see if you can make him broke. I'll bet you $1, Rudolph.
$1, Rudolph.
$1 to see if we can make him rich broke. And make him broke.
Yep.
This is rich misers. And when you have misers, your fans are miserable because you are not going to make the necessary adjustments to have championship football. You know what this sounds like? You know what this sounds like, Law? You know what this sounds like?
What is that like?
Kmart shoppers.
Yeah.
We will be closing. We will be closing, Kmart, at 9 p.m. Please make your last purchases and bring them to the counter. That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what this is. So, hey man, you know, you look. What is the adage? Success leaves clues, but failure leaves evidence. And the evidence of the Cowboys' failure is they swallow a camel and they strain at a gnat. Pay for quality players.
Swallow.
Oh, hold on. I'm writing this down, though, dog. You said success leaves clues. And what was the other part?
Failure leaves evidence.
Ooh, boy, you cooking.
And the Cowboys are leaving evidence.
Oh, my God, boy.
Of their debauchery, their treachery against the Cowboy Nation of not doing everything they can to bring 6 back to us in our lifetime. That's okay, Terry, because you know what? If you don't get it, you don't get it. You definitely not getting it. You ain't one. Hey, if we don't get it soon, you definitely not getting it. So look, it's up to you, man. And a lot of this stuff is Stephen Jones and his philosophy and making his dad proud by squeezing everybody, by squeezing them to death, squeezing them to his blood. I'm nicknaming him, and no offense, I'm going to start calling him the vampire. The vampire. He'll suck you dry, get all the service out of you, and get rid of you, not pay you, bring you in cheap, hope he gets something out of you. All about a budgetary win, and that's not championship football. I'm sorry.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
That Wi-Fi is jumping ahead on you too. Success leaves clues, failure leaves evidence. Man, I'm taking that one.
Oh, yeah, that's OC, he fired, bro. We gotta, man. Let me just say this, man. It just bothers me that could even be a serious conversation. I just hope it's not, right? Because Brian Broaddus was fair. He didn't say that he got that. He was like, man, these are just the rumors I'm hearing out here at Media Row, right? With the media contacts, right? But man, if you over here like, ooh, baby. If you really over here like, but look at his price.
He's cheap.
Oh, God, please don't. God, please don't let that be true. God, after Green Bay, that cannot be your thought at all. That cannot. So let me say this.
Hold on, boss. Before you go into that, poll the people that's in the chat though, because there could be a lot of people that want Ron Rivera over Zim, because a lot of people was not all in on Zim.
No.
Oh wow. Hey, y'all.
We'll poll it. That's fair. That's right, Lauder. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Some people might want River.
All right, let's put it up. All right, Riverboat. Y'all going Riverboat or y'all going Zim Master?
Put MZ in the chat if you want Mike Zim, or put RR in the chat if you want Riverboat or Ron Rivera, or no Ron or no hell no.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you where I stand on Riverboat.
Where you stand at, dog? While I tweet out
this might influence the crowd, but
Oh hell no!
But boss, let me point something out.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the Cowboys think they slick. They want to catch another head coach off of failure. That's the same thing they did with Dan Quinn. They're hoping to strike lightning twice, and it don't work like that. That was a unique situation. Don't take one-offs and make it your formula. There it is. Don't take one-offs and make it your formula. They're hoping to strike lightning twice. Oh, he was a good DC for us. He had failed. We can get him cheap because he down on his luck. He got fired. He didn't do good. We can get him in cheap. Zimmerman ain't been coaching. This is how they talk, and I guarantee you, he ain't been coaching. He's a pretty good guy. We can get him in here at a reasonable price. That's the philosophy, man. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to reinvent what they did with Dan Quinn and strike lightning in the bottle twice, and it doesn't work like that. You see those clips? Look at that clip right there. See, that's how Ron Rivera's going to look if you hire him. That's how he going to be looking at them big games, looking up at the scoreboard with us getting beat. I'm telling you.
Also, when I look at the vote, it's unanimous, Mike Zimmer, man. Yeah. Oh my God, it's not even close, bro. I don't even see one vote for Ron. It's literally everybody. Ooh, I'm talking about, I don't see even one. That's also why, honestly, they gotta hire Zimmerman. They got to. The public demand is too high. I'm sorry. They are not. No, you can look at this chat and see. You feel me on that, Law?
Yeah.
Yeah. The voices.
There's a lot of MCs in the chat.
Yeah, the voices are speaking, and you was saying like you was talking about some of the other voices that's out there for Zimmerman. Can you break that down?
Yeah, you got DeMarcus Ware, you got DeMarcus Spears as well. You got people. And I know that a lot of people gonna go over people's head, but you got Deion Primetime Sanders, who speaks of Mike Zim, who's a great advocate of him, and said how much he helped his game out. And I said, damn, he helped Deion out, but smaller things happen crazily. But hey, he did lift up a Lombardi Trophy with Primetime. So you got all of these guys that speak positive about Coach Zim. I think that, he took a year off of football, but it's not in the same capacity of what Mike McCarthy was doing. I overall, you and I, Boss, we more of team defense anyway. And I know that there will be a core philosophy and the principle with defense with Mike Zim. Pretty much he's been solid with the against the Shanahan's tree, something that we've been voting with Dan Quinn. And you will have true, like what you said before we start, you will have true non-favoritisms in the house. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that we need over here from a cultural aspect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And somebody say, Boss, do you think Stephen Jones gives a S what the fans have to say? They do. And I mean, I can go through some of the evidence, like the fact that y'all remember John Machota said this week Cook is gonna likely get his targets. Why? He said because of the public outrage. Yeah. Like, see, people, I'm gonna tell y'all, you gotta realize your value. I can't help you if you don't, but you gotta realize that you are valuable. If you don't know that, then you don't know the power of your voice. You don't. See, Jerry, keep this in mind. When Jerry bought this team, it was desolate.
Yeah.
It was in ruins. But he remembered it was a time where it was a majesty. It was the best thing like it is now. So he knows that if this is not managed right, the fans will leave, because when he bought it, they was gone. So, yeah, Jerry and Stephen, but more so Jerry, knows we matter. It's just time for us to figure that out. And when you do figure it out, then get active, get organized. Make sure that you speaking with the correct intelligence so that when they hear us, we saying the right things. So, yeah, our voice matter, brother. Well, but what was your thoughts, man, on Zimmerman? Because I think it's too much pressure, man, for them to go to Riverboat. I think it's just way too much pressure, OC.
Yeah, Zimmerman will be the better choice, no doubt about it, based upon his experience, his pedigree, and just the type of coach he is. He's going to bring a degree of intensity and accountability that we have not had. probably since a Marinelli, but I think he's probably a little bit better X's and O's guys than a Scott Marinelli. He's no nonsense. He's a guy that will bench you and cut you if he could. He's that type of coach. And so he's going to demand effort, and he's going to demand a certain level of productivity from his. He's a guy that gets basically, for lack of a better word, he's going to get pissed off if you make mistakes. And he don't care who you are. That's how he is. So he will be the better coach to hopefully, and this is a quotation, hopefully impact the culture in terms of intensity, effort, and just execution in terms of the defensive side of the ball.
Nah, I absolutely agree with that, man. And Law, I'm gonna throw something at you, man.
Talk to me, man.
Who you think will beat it out these two? Who you think go get it, bro?
I think it's going to be Zim. I think it's going to be him because of the fact that he got a history and relations with the Jones family, and they are not about putting rocks in their beds. They want to be comfortable. They want to sleep good at night, knowing that they got people that they can control to a degree. And Mike McCarthy, they got him by the short hairs, and Mike Zim, he's already been in the house, so he knows the levels of expectations. And both of those guys, I've heard interviews where Mike Zim talked positive about Mike McCarthy and these sorts of things. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a situation and scenario that this will be a full thing for Mike Zim to be here. So go ahead, get your T-shirts ready, ladies and gentlemen. Mike and Mike.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Law has spoken. Mike and Mike. OC.
Mike and Mike.
Are we gonna be crazy or we going with Zim? What we doing?
I think that if it gets cheap enough, they'll hire Rivera and hope for the best.
Damn.
That's what I think. I think they should hire Zimmerman, but if Rivera is cheap enough, they'll hire him. They would actually do that, thinking we got good. No, listen. Here's the logic. Here's the logic. We already got a good defense. We got Micah Parsons. He's a star. We got some great DBs back there, make a lot of plays. You know, all we need is a linebacker and a defensive tackle. So really, Rivera, all you got to do is come in here and not really just make too many mistakes, and we'll be all right. So I think that Stephen Jones, I think this philosophy in terms of managing the cap and the team, I think he's okay, and they've proven this too. I think he's okay if we're just all right. As long as we're not bad, we don't have to be great. We just want to be competitive. And I think that Ron Rivera does enough to make you competitive, right? Is he a championship defensive coordinator? I haven't seen that yet. I don't necessarily think he is, but I think that Zimmerman is close to that. But I think he can do enough. So if the price is cheap enough, they should hire Zimmerman is what I'm going to say. But if the price is cheap enough, they'll hire Ron Rivera. Don't make that mistake and think they will not. I think they would. That's my opinion, though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be. Go ahead, Law.
No, I said the ultimate wild card would be, shoot, if you're going to go that cheap, then make Al Harris a defensive coordinator. You could.
Yeah, he just not ready. He not ready, man. He's a DB coach. He ain't ready.
Yeah.
He ain't ready for that. No offense to him. He's a great DB coach, but to manage the whole defense, I'm not sure he's ready for that.
I don't feel good about it either. I wouldn't feel good about Al Harris. Not right now. And I'm saying that as a cornerback. And as a cornerback, I know for a fact that we are the last to get the big picture. You know? Like we don't ever have to know the middle issues. Right? We don't have to. We perimeter players and perimeter coaches. I just don't see them being ready to have to now think chess. I just think I would want to see him move around a little bit. I would want to see him bounce around the league under different coaching trees, different philosophies, groomed a little bit. I agree with that, OC, 100%.
It is real thin here too, because if we start off ultra slow, there's no assurance that even Mike McCarthy will still be able to finish out, his final season, right? It'll be just like the Wade Phillips situation. So we're going to have to make sure that we start off pretty good, and they're going to look on to that. That's why they're going to bring in a veteran guy, because I hear so many people said, oh, we're going to just go get a retread. But the way the conditions are, you can't bring a new fish in this particular pond. You know what I'm saying? Because the big fish is still here, Mike McCarthy. and he would just swallow. Oh, I said swallow, but he would just gobble. He would just gobble up the new fish. So if you bring in a new defensive coordinator and on a 1-year deal, because that's still going to be the situation, or you bring in somebody new, like they've never been a defense before in the National Football League, what that contract going to look like? Most contracts are 3 to 4 years. How is that going to flow with him having a 3 to 4 year contract and Mike McCarthy on his last leg? That ain't going to go. That ain't going to go well.
Well said, man. Well said. We got 323 people watching on 133 likes.
Come on, man.
Let's get the likes up. I know this is interesting, though. You know, I do the same thing, man. My boy Rome in the house. I done walked in Rome house so many times and forget to hit that like, you know. So, because you see, when boys be cooking, you'll just start eating. You'll forget to, hey, man, hit that like. So,
hit that like.
Yeah, hit that like, y'all. Woo, man. Now, I want to say, man, the more and more I was thinking about it, the more and more, and I want to run this by both of y'all. Zimmerman, and I know this gonna sound crazy, he could be also an upgrade to Dan Quinn. Because I began to look under Dan Quinn's skirt. I began to look under his skirt. I can say that now because he coached Washington. And as I looked under his skirt, I started noticing some stuff.
Wait a minute.
Well, what did you see?
Wait a minute.
This man did not have no meat.
Wait a minute.
Oh, hell no.
This dude.
Wait a minute. Oh no. Wait a minute, man.
Hey man, I'm serious, man.
Oh my God.
Pause. I looked under this dude's skirt.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I said yes. I said skirt. Yes. Sick of this dead Quinn. He the enemy now.
He the ops, man.
He the ops. Yeah. I'm looking under your skirt.
It's downfire.
Matter of fact, I'm finna hit my own button. Mr. Downfire. Hold on, man. Wait, I gotta hit my button on this. Y'all gotta listen. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. Yes, I'm finna measure this. Y'all sit down, have a seat. Have a seat.
The words, bro. You gonna look under the skirt. You gonna measure.
Did I say? No, I did say I was gonna measure. No, I did. You put words in my mouth.
Wait a minute, man. No, just a combination of the flow, bro. Keep going.
Keep going. No combination, dog. All right, listen though. So we let everybody hear me out too. Listen to me. So we did the podcast with Terrence Parsons Law, right?
Yeah.
So you remember when he said that he felt like Dan Quinn lost the team?
Yeah.
Right? And I started thinking, bro, I was like, because I already called Dan Quinn when I looked at his skirt, man. I see no nuts.
Wait a minute.
I looked at his skirt.
Emasculated? Sterile?
I see no meat.
Hey, wait.
Because I'm thinking about it, man. Just hear me out. What kind of man never come out the press box? Huh? So hold on. Your defense playing flat. It's in your face. And you don't come. Yeah. When I look under your skirt, I can say that now because he's not my coach no more. He's not my coach, so I take shots. See, Tyrone Church. Hey, Tyrone, you also said Jerry sneak this again. If you don't mind, please send me the link. I need to.
Yeah, send him a link because I want to hear that.
I want to hear that too. I want to hear that too. But see, all that being nice to Dan Quinn.
Oh, hell no.
Nah, bro. Nah. Cause see, yeah, we go likely be better because I guarantee you this, Law. Zimmer is not gonna be in no press box with a defense playing flat. OC, Zimmer is not gonna be in no press box. See, I don't have to look under your skirt when you wearing pants.
Damn.
Bruh. See, when you wearing pants, I know what you are. I know what I'm dealing with. See, I'm seeing.
You suggesting Dan Quinn was a cross-dresser?
Exactly what I'm saying, man. Exactly what I'm saying. And I'm saying we was fooled. And I'm saying this a great possibility that we go end up being better if they hire the right guy. That's all I'm saying, OC. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Look, man, I mean, at the end of the day, Mike Zimmerman is, you have coaches that are talk to you coaches, that are teacher coaches, that are pat you on the head coaches. Then you got those category coaches that are cuss you out coaches. And so Mike Zimmerman is a cuss you out type of coach.
Right.
That's what I will say. He's a get red. Look, he look red right there. He look angry there. Look. He's a get in your face, cuss you out, smooth cuss you out type of coach. And you know what? It's a benefit in that. And the difference in philosophy, in my opinion, between him and a Dan Quinn that was a player's coach. Players like you for a while, and they do well for a little while. But this was the same thing that happened with the Atlanta Falcons. Remember, he lost that team at the end.
Yep.
At the end. And he ended up getting fired because you know what? He was too much of a player's coach and not enough of a disciplinarian. You see, people liking you is great for friendship, but it's not always the best for respect. And to get the most out of dudes that get millions of dollars and they're paid to do a position and to play a sport, you need an element of respect. You need a little bit of the fear of God. You know, the respect to know that I could be benched, the respect to know that I may not get my second contract because I'm not playing because I didn't play well that last game. You know, the respect to know that I could get cut, the respect to know that there will be consequences if I miss this assignment, things like that. And so that's the thing, that's the element that a person or a coach like a Mike Zimmer, and actually, if he got a chance to get the position, he would be a good balance, or a coach like him, to this really soft culture that the Cowboys kind of have, because it's not going to be Mike McCarthy to toughen the culture. Like, that's not in his wheelhouse. It has to be somebody else that can influence this and that can toughen the culture to help elevate the team's mentality and intensity. There it is. That's the word right there, intensity. Yeah. He will elevate the intensity level. And you need somebody that hopefully can elevate the intensity level of this team. And if somebody like him or him gets hired, that's exactly the thing that will happen.
Man, you cooking with some real fire now, because can you quote the tweet or quote the phrase that Foot said?
Oh, man. Oh, I got to say it because Foot's killed it. Let me put the camera on me. This is what Foot said on the final word that was like, I had to frame it. You know what I mean? Make it his own video. He said, and I quote, all of us when we was growing up like the cool teacher, but all of us respect and remember the teacher that was hard and mean. That's so true. That's so true. In my life, the coaches that was just straight up with me, no BS, this is my standards, I don't play about that, I respected them regardless, even if they benched me, because I knew they was doing it for the right reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I knew it was fairness across the board. So if you bench me, I had to eat that and say either I'm gonna get better or it's not gonna be tolerated. No, that was great by Foster King. I know you was going somewhere with that law.
Man. Yes, indeed. So I think that's what Coach Zimmer, that's what he was going to bring to the table. This is why I like this, because now you have fire, and then you will have the complete coolness, fire and ice. That's what it will be, because I think Mike McCarthy, he used to be that boisterous guy on the sideline, but we've seen that he's been gilded, and he's more of this guy that I got to have so many hats on. And when we start talking about offense, I would throw in my gem of what the Cowboys should do. But I'm looking at it like this. If you bring in this guy, Mike Zim, short for Zimmer, if you bring him in, I think that he would give you that, because right now, when you look at it, Dan Quinn, when he was here, he literally, and it was nothing wrong with it because we needed that shift at the time from Mike Nolan, right, to Dan Quinn. It was better. He's better than Mike Nolan, right? And he's better than Papa Rob Marinelli. But his style and his system was way too friendly. He was the type of parent that allows you LBG. Wait a minute,
LGBTQ
That's
community.
That's cool. Hey, y'all stop before we start getting hate mail from the community.
We ain't said nothing. I ain't got no problem if you like doing what you do.
Well, hold on. Put the camera back on me, right? Hold on, right quick.
Swallow. You gotta hit it with that swallow first, though, bro.
Yeah. Hold on.
You gotta hit it with it, bro. You got
swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
I will say this.
Here
on Law Nation Sports, we accept everybody, whether you're red, blue, green, or yellow. We accept everybody, whether you swing from a tree or you swing under the tree. We accept y'all all over here, and my channel don't reflect the comments that's posted in the chat area brought to you by YouTube and Facebook. So we accept them all over here. But what we like more so than anything is the silver and blue and the star on the side of your helmet and the kind that fold. And we talking about the green kind on that type of situation. But neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Law Nation Sports, and that's been endorsed by here of Law Nation Sports. We accept them all over here. Come on,
we fully embrace the endorsement.
Yeah. But to make a long story short, y'all. I think that will be the proper balance here. And if the Jerry Jones family is really thinking about winning, they will add those two spices in, opposed to Ron Rivera, because I think Ron was going to be a very passive guy.
Okay, guys.
To a degree.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty, bro. Nah, for real.
You want answers?
Because we got to get down to it.
You can't handle the truth.
All right.
Can the Cowboys handle Mike Zimmer types? Will they see Law? Because you said this before, and this is true, bro. You the one that quoted this. When we had Chris Richard, everybody liked Chris Richard. Everybody liked the fire of Chris Richard. We won the game against Philly. And when we won, Stephen Jones said, I don't want to win that way.
Yeah.
Will we allow him to be the fire that he is? Or will we try to make him Dan Quinn-ish and Mike McCarthy-ish? That's the real question.
Bruh. You want answers?
Bro. Am I allowed to speak freely?
Yes.
And I don't want y'all, I try to put as much cover over everything as possible, y'all. But that's the only way I can say this. And we were having a conversation with that insider that was talking to me today. And I mentioned what really happened with Chris Richard. You see that Philadelphia Eagle game, we won that game. Chris Richard, got into a face with another player, these sorts of things.
Yep.
and it was from the Eagles, and the team rallied because they said, hey, you don't mess with our coach that way.
Right.
In 2018, it was a divisional game the Cowboys made it to. And if you don't remember that divisional game, we lost. Chris Richard got caught on camera yelling, spitting at two linebackers. And they thought that wasn't a good look from a coach of that hue speaking to Sean Lee and LVE for America's team. Y'all allow me to speak freely, and I don't want y'all to come after me, though. But that's just what happened. And they didn't like that tone and that way and how that looked and how that was. You had Sean Lee, who's by far a very, 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 very good linebacker. And you had LVE, who was supposed to fill in the shoes to be the next promising linebacker. He's getting chewed out on a national TV from Chris Richard. It didn't look good. That's the energy that they didn't like to see. But I would say this, though, from Mike Zim, it may not appear that way. Pick up the pieces that I'm saying.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's safer. He can go there, basically. I'm with you. He can go there. Because, see, we also got to be honest. A lot of times when they step in like that, it's not necessarily because of them. It's because of the viewers that they care about.
Right.
A certain type of viewer. So, and those viewers were the same people that had a problem with the knee. Because it never was about the knee. It never was about it. And let me tell you why it was obvious, because Dad spoke about this. You know how it was never about the knee? Because when Jerry Jones actually did his compromise, it was a compromise. He said, we're going to do it before the anthem. And they did, as a team, united. Still got booed. Wait. I thought it was about disrespecting the flag, because the flag wasn't disrespected. When Jerry did it, he did it before the anthem. Them same people still booed. So, I'm still concerned, though. You are not. You are not. I'm concerned. I'm more so concerned, are we too soft and corporate for Mike Zimmer?
No. He'll get embraced, man. It's just different, y'all. Look, let me just say this one more time.
Just say it, Lo. Say it.
When they had Psycho Tom Brady in the end zone, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, man, yeah, that's what we need. That's the type of intensity. That's the type of fire you need. But then you have another player. Hey, what's going on with that? That dude need to act like he been there before. Those are things that are tangible, man, and those are things that we just can't escape, right? Yes. So I'm putting as much cover on it as I can. But I would say this though. Zim, he got the respect of the organization and those who got gold jackets. And I think that Zim is the type of person that will allow people to listen and hear and also see something that's relatable to them. And they would probably take that a little bit more easier than someone else over here in Dallas land. That's all I'm going to say with that, ladies and gentlemen. Kick it back off to my guy, the OC.
Hold on. I got to clap it up for you first.
Well, what I'll say is this. Zimmer would have more rope to be aggressive than a Mike Richard. For all of the reasons. Chris Richard, excuse me.
Chris Richard.
For all of the reasons that Law so eloquently just described. If you don't understand what he said, rewind it after the show is over. Listen carefully and you'll understand exactly what he was saying. So Zimmerman will have more rope. However, the reason why they're looking at him is because of familiarity.
Yeah.
And because also they understand his age.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the same energy level as he did 15 years ago.
He didn't. He don't.
And I believe that once in this organization, you once you hit a quota, you begin to go through the process of being unsullied. So he'll be able to do it for a little bit, but I don't think it'll be continuous. I think that once he hits a certain threshold, especially if he goes up on the sideline in a big game or something like that, and depending upon what the fan base says, or what ESPN says, or what another network may say, it may be a conversation. Hey, can we, got to maintain the standard, and we got to make sure that our appearances are right to the fan base, and you're well respected, and we just want to have a good representation. It'll be some frou-frou like that to basically tell him to calm it down. Now, here's the thing though. If Mike is smart, Mike, go off if you get the job. Go off sometimes on the sideline, but in practice and behind closed doors, let it rip. Now, if he does it behind closed doors, he can get away with it. He can let it rip and have you so on edge that in that game, you better not. It's just like your mama disciplining you when you're at home. If she does a real good job, you act good in public because that when you get home, if you was acting a fool in the store, your mama's going to have that belt or your dad's going to have that belt, and they're going to take it to you. And if you don't believe in spankings, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you. But for those that were raised that way, you understand exactly what I mean. That you understood that it was consequences because you had good home training. So practices, OTAs, training camp, that's what you call home training. The games are what you call going outside and playing. And if you handle the home training right, you won't even have to really act too ferocious in public during the games. That's my thought.
Man, let me touch on this because there's two options that you can look at it. Coaches who's are not like they don't take BS. You know what I'm saying? When you're out there,
right?
Tony Dungy did a great job of that. He gave you like the whole example what you was talking about with moms, right? Mom will beat that ass. I'm gonna curse right quick. Mom will beat that ass at the crib, right? But if you act up in public or in like a grocery store or something like that.
Oh, hell no.
She would give you that stare. Mm-hmm. And that stare will sting more than the ass whooping because you that you're getting the stare and then you're going to get home and get that butt whooping. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is Tony Dungy was like that. Yeah. He wasn't a boisterous guy on the sideline, right? But we knew that he had discipline with his team. Bill Belichick from a different hue was like that. He was a no-nonsense guy. Now, here's the thing. With Mike McCarthy, I don't know. Because Mike McCarthy, we would see the same players make the same mistake over and over again. So he's not a disciplinary coach, right?
Exactly.
He's not that.
Right.
And Dan Quinn, he's way in the box, man. He's way up in the booth. So he don't get the vibes and the feelings.
Wearing a dress.
So he wearing the skirt. I feel you. But the only person that we seen with any emotions was Al Harris. But that was only after the good plays, right? So if you bring in Coach Zim, what he's going to do ultimately for your franchise and organization is he's going to stick his foot sideways up your you-know-what, right? Because he's going to give it to you all on the sideline during Oxnard. He's going to give it to you in preseason. He's going to give it to you throughout the games. And you're going to make sure that, hey, I don't want this coach to bust my chop, Sam Williams, right, on the edge because – if I mess up, he's going to chew me out and spit me out. He's not going to pacify me. Pause. You know what I'm saying? For all of those words I used earlier. So pause. So that's what I'm trying to say here. So if you go to get Riverboat Run, I think Run is still in the boat of Mike McCarthy to a degree. It's not like Washington was a disciplined team. They undisciplined too. So that's why I say.
Exactly.
That's why I say get Coach Zim in the house. and at least they will weigh out some stuff, y'all. And y'all give it what I'm saying, right?
Oh man, I love what you're saying. I love what you're saying, man. And see, I got, I remember my thought of when I think about Zim. When I think about Mike, I remember in one of them games, I remember how he was going at his best corner.
Yeah.
It showed me a lot. And this is when Xavier Rhodes was balling.
Yeah, good.
And he was going. Man, he put that headset down and he was ripping Rhodes. I say that's his best corner. So let me ask you a question, OC.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that can clean up the Hollywood?
Now you might be asking too much.
wait.
You might be asking too much.
Okay, talk to me.
Because it's embedded in the whole culture. It's like
that might be too much.
It's like boss. It's like,
I'm with you.
Can you draw all the marinade out of a marinated injected turkey? Like, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. You can leave it out for days and days. Yeah, some of the marinade will bleed out. Yeah, to get drier, but you ain't gonna get all that marinade because it's a part of the culture and how this whole thing was built. It was built upon self-promotion. Number one, Jerry Jones' self-promotion, which he did a fantastic job doing. Right, it was built upon look at me and grabbing attention, right? Which Jerry Jones done fantastic job with brands and companies and TV networks getting massive attention. So the nature of this animal is self-promotion. But what you can do, you can put a collar around it to say that I don't give a crap about your self-promotion. When you get on this field, you better perform. And I think that's the balance.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want. I'm not shutting down your brand, but when you get on this field, you must be responsible. You must show up to meetings. You must put in the work. You must take care of your responsibilities. And when we get in this football game, you better take care of your business. And after that, go do as many podcasts as you want. I think that's the balance. And I think that is something he could do.
Law, can he bring in the discipline we need?
I'm quite sure he can. And I'm quite sure he know how to maneuver with the Jones family. He said he's been to their shooting range. He's been out to their farms. He's been within the organization for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure that would give him the leg up over a Ron Rivera. I'm seeing someone in the chat now saying that Ron Rivera is a very disciplinary coach.
Hold on real quick.
It didn't display in the last year.
Hold on, Law. I gotta hear something to that.
Go ahead.
Oh, hell no.
He said, but I get it though. Ron Rivera, he will be a guy that if the Cowboys pick up, they'll be from a money situation, right? And it's a free 99 for a 1-year deal. But the Jones family need to stop looking at the money, right? This doesn't affect the salary cap, and go out there and give what the fans really need: pedigree with coaching.
Yes.
Look, if Wink Martindale is there and available, he started and cut his teeth as being a linebackers coach. Pick up the phone and give him some money and teach these linebackers and say, hey, let's formulate an all-star team here. We got Zim, we got Wink Martindale, we can have them all. I don't want to hear there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Because at this point, we're trying to ultimately win, and we got low-value points with Darian Thompson and Scott McCurley coaching up these linebackers, and Durde coaching up this defensive front. We need guys in here that know what the hell they doing. So go out there and get the weapons.
Right.
Let's coach these boys up. We got talent. You got what, 8-9 people in the Pro Bowl this past year?
We got talent. Right.
Shoot.
We got talent, is well said. I never said why I'm out on Run. I'm out on Run because they invested greatly and he didn't get the return. Ooh, come on now.
You sure right. I know, boy. You sure right.
Man,
they had to speak on defense.
Man, think about how they invested into him, man. Allen, Payne, Sweat, Chase. God, dog. And they get
Damon Davis. Keep going.
Davis and they Collins, right? Then they got a corner last year. Like, And your defense was still, man. If you don't go sit your man, I'm out. I'm all the way out, bro. I'm out. See, especially when I saw people like Rod Marinelli working with no names. You know what I mean?
George Selvey,
Selvey.
Mincy. You keep going. They send him over to Washington,
Crawford. Oh my God. Crawford was your captain. Man, I'm talking about your safety, Heat and Woods. Man. And that defense.
JJ Wilcox, man. Shout out to JJ. JJ will hit you.
Man, no, bro. I don't care if he cost $1.
Hey, somebody said, don't forget about Jack Crawford. You remember Jack Crawford?
Yeah. Oh, no, bro. They invested into Riverboat, and he greatly flushed. All right.
No. You can play that sound one time for me, man.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
You know that sound? That sound I don't like.
Oh, no.
Okay, good.
Oh,
good,
the flush?
Good.
The flush? Oh, yeah. The flush. He greatly flushed. Nah, bro. Oh, yeah. When you hear the claps. Yeah, the claps. Yeah, man. Yeah. That was too much talent to fail, man. Too much talent.
All right.
Too much. No, I'm out. No,
hey,
out.
Let me say this one thing though, because you about to wrap it up, right?
Yeah,
so
let me wrap it up.
Let me say this one thing, and this came up, and it had great impressions on my Twitter feed. Over 180,000 impressions, or over 180,000 people watched this. I said, "What can help out this offense and defense?" But first and foremost, the offense, what will help out the offense will be for them to pick up the phone and call Eric Bieniemy. Hear me out.
Oh, no.
Y'all put the butter knife down. Put the butter knife down. Don't shank me with it. But Eric Bieniemy cut his teeth as a running backs coach in the National Football League. He was drafted in the second round as a running back. Now, I hear y'all deep breathing, but hear me out.
No, I'm liking it.
Hear me out. This is what I believe. In whatever capacity that Eric Bieniemy in 2013 all the way up into 2017 with the Kansas City Chiefs, whatever capacity he was there for them, let him be that for us. He was the running back coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he got promoted in 2018 to be the offensive coordinator / play caller with Andy Reid. They didn't give him full duties. I want him to go back to that part, whereas he can fill the role of what Jeff Blasco was doing here. I think in the hearts of hearts and the skills that Eric Bieniemy is heads and shoulders better than Jeff Blasco. Schottenheimer can still have his position. Mike McCarthy can still call the plays, but let Eric Bieniemy be the run game coordinator. Ooh. Remember when they won the 2 Super Bowls in Kansas City Chiefs? I encourage you guys. It wasn't Pat Mahomes. Excuse me, don't shank me now. But it was the creative run designs by Eric Bieniemy. Now, here's the thing. Eric Bieniemy, I get a lot of people with tons of hate mail and saying that he's trash, Law. Trust me, that's all Washington did was pass. That's all he did. Well, excuse me, when was the Washington Redskins or Commanders ever, on the Redskins side? When were they ever known as a juggernaut of an offense? And when did they absolutely had the chance and opportunity to play with the league? How all of a sudden, what you do when you're behind, you throw the ball. And you had Sam Howell to throw for over 4,000 or 5,000 yards. And his second year technically was his first year. But what I'm trying to say here is that Eric Bieniemy is not somehow all of a sudden stupid and ignorant because he coached at Washington. He was great, brilliant, all the way up until he got into Washington team. So all I'm saying is that I know that no other team will hire this brother as an offensive coordinator because his name is tarnished. But let's just revitalize him by letting him be our run game coordinator because he'll be a better dude over here opposed to Jeff Blasco. That's all I'm saying. What's your thoughts?
I think it's a
hellified case. I have nothing to add.
Law. I think your ideal is great. Law. I think your ideal is right.
For real.
Law. I think your ideal would help the Dallas Cowboys.
But
it's not gonna work. Because hiring Eric Bieniemy will be like the Cowboys hiring Kuta Kinte and changing his name to Toby. You see, there are certain absolutes, and there are certain things as a man that understands football and is coached at a high level that I don't believe that Eric Bieniemy would compromise. And I believe that coming into this environment does not match his psychological and his personal profile.
Yes.
And you know what happened in Roots, and I ain't gonna describe it, but you know what happened.
Yeah,
and I don't think that the Cowboys are gonna go through that process. The Cowboys are into user-friendly coaches. Coaches they know are user-friendly. And Eric Bieniemy, he's just too strong. He's a little bit too real. He's a little bit too much. A little bit too much. A little bit too extra. He's a great football coach, but in this environment, I don't know that the Cowboys, let me just be honest, I don't think the Cowboys will pull the trigger on that. Although it would be, to your point, Law, a great move.
Great move. Great reason. Move. I mean, put that all the way together, man. Law, you sold that.
Yeah. But let me just show y'all who Jeff Blasco is, for example. That's who.
Jeff Blasco.
Blasco, come on, man.
Why you gotta carry his name out like that? You gotta carry his name out like that. Call him Blasco.
Blasco, come on, man. I mean, he's running Hey, come on, man. Hey, I ain't trying to talk about the brother, but come on, man. No offense to the Blasco family. Mama Blasco don't come get me. But come on, man. Step down, man. Put a real running back coach in here, man. Come on.
Call him Jeff Blasco. That's called crescendo. If y'all don't know that in singing. Crescendo. Love gave him the crescendo.
Yeah, that's
he don't look like he got no juke moves.
Oh man, that's an obvious upgrade. Man,
oh my gosh, man.
Good case. We do gotta take these super chats before we get a final word. I only got one today.
Okay.
So let me get to it. All right. Let's get to it. So my super chat came from B Bird. He said, "Why do y'all think they keep bringing LVE back? He's the only unicorn on the defensive side of the ball. Why Sean Lee stay so long?" Hugh. Yeah. And see, B Bird, one of the saddest days of my life. Because all of us will say this, when you become deep into new media and content creation, your networks grow. Your networks do grow. You start meeting influential people. Law is not lying when he's saying he talked to an insider. He telling the truth. I could tell you all kind of stories I've had with insiders, players, coaches. Some things I could never say. Some things the OC could never say. Some things Law could never say.
Never, man. I'm telling you.
But check this out. One of the saddest days from doing this is I start meeting agents. And when I started meeting agents and talking to agents and building relationships with agents, it started hurting my heart when agents would come up to me, different agents, and tell me it's two positions that the Dallas Cowboys want white: linebacker and tight end. And I'm hearing that from professionals, people that negotiate with them. And obviously you got to take it with a grain of salt, right? Because it's, it's still hearsay at the end of the day. But still, you got multiple people saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And then just use your eyes. Malcolm Smith was better than Sean Lee. It was clear.
Yeah. At that time, yeah. At
that time, it was clear. Yeah. So it's just one of those things, man, that I hope it ain't true, but you have to consider it. I would be lying if I said anything else. So that's my super chat.
Oh wow. Hey guys, man, we try our best, man, and we don't like this team. We love this team, and we want the best for this team. But there are some things that we, as content curators, what separate us from the 3-ladder to 4-ladder network, and even local media, is that we don't need validation, right? We don't get, put it like this, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't go or you wouldn't go, boss or OC, but there's a reason why we don't get invited to the media party, right? We don't get invited to the yacht party.
We too independent.
Yep. And I'm not saying that the guys that go there are bald, right? But they got to curb some of the things that they say. Most of them do, right? They got to curb some of the things that they say.
Yep.
If not, Jerry say,
or they right, or they doing some type of favor,
right? I mean, look, when we was out there at Oxnard, that guard had no reason to lie to us.
Yeah, about Amar.
Me and West Coast.
Yep.
Yeah, he had no reason.
About Amar. Yep.
He pulled us to the side and said, "Hey, man."
Amari went down.
Amari went down,
Mm-hmm.
And they trying to put some cover over it, you know.
They attack. So
they will attack us, man, for the things we say. But neither here nor there. Stephen Carroll with a $2 super chat. He says Zim is also a Jerry's guy. I agree with that. He's been here since 1995 all the way to 2006. And during that time frame of departure, he took a job elsewhere instead of staying here. Chased that bag to Cincinnati land, I believe. Steve Pote with a $5.
Before you go, real quick, Curtis, can you go ahead and put your comment? I'm looking for your super chat. I don't see it. So just go ahead and put it in there again, and I'll just address it. I'm sorry, La.
No. You great. Steve Pote says Zim at defensive coordinator, Norton at linebackers coach, draft JPJ, Peyton Wilson. Let's go Cowboys.
I like it.
He's talking about their center. Yeah,
I like it.
Boy,
I like it.
And I know Big Game James didn't show up today, but if we make a few moves, I can probably get him to sip the Kool-Aid again.
I think so too. I think so. He ain't gonna sip. He ain't gonna sip. He publicly gonna want to though. I guarantee he gonna want to.
But here's my thoughts on this, boss and OC.
Yeah.
You just don't drink Kool-Aid without what?
Measuring.
So it's not just you chugging the Kool-Aid, you measuring that thing.
Exactly.
So it's not a bad thing.
Make sense.
Yeah,
it just gotta make sense. Yep. When it makes sense, I'm drinking it. Yep.
Right. Cali Cowboys for the $4.99. Thank you so much for your super chat. He says DQ was overrated because of our talent level. He couldn't elevate the D in critical moments. Pause. I can't believe I read right into this.
That's crazy. That's cold.
Come out the closet and stop keeping a secret.
That was perfect.
That was crazy. He walked me right into it.
He walked you right into it. That's boy. That was. That boy couldn't get that D when he counted.
When he counted the most, man. Yes, indeed.
That was quality.
Pomegranate. I got another super chat, man. It's a watermelon juice.
Somebody said, "Oh, that's the secret pomegranate and watermelon juice." They're gonna sell out over here. JC Cowboy Network for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate y'all. Hey, check out JC Network, man.
Yeah,
hey,
JC,
he's
go
doing
hard.
unbelievable film analysis and on top of that draft series. So check out my guy JC Cowboy Network. He says, "Keep up the great work, guys, for the $5 support." And then Brett with the $5, Brett with the welcome to the Silver Level 1. Now, thank you so much for your new membership over here on Law Nation Sports, man. I appreciate you, bro.
I do got one more. Curtis, he sent this to me. Yeah, Curtis sent this to me. It's a good question, too. He said, why did Zim do a Zoom and run in the house? That does look a little suspect, right? It does look a little suspect, right? When you see, we gonna do a Zoom call, but we gonna do you face to face. Face to face is always more intimate. Face to face is always preferred with most business people, and it's preferred by Jerry. So that's a bad sign, but I still believe in the power of our voices. I believe it's just too loud for Zimmer. It is. Yeah. And then Coach Fowler said, OC is telling the honest truth. Yeah, man, that boy be bringing it. Thank you, Coach. For real.
Yeah.
So getting into our final words, man. To me, we got to do some self-reflection. And, I'm going to kind of recap what we said today. You gotta look at the fact that Joe Whitt came out publicly and was like, my dream job would have been Dallas. And in the end, he didn't even want to interview. He was gone before he even sat down. When you don't even put your name in a hat, man, it's to what OC said. It was some things he likely saw inside that just gave him a bad feeling. That's just, or that long money better than that short money. A long-term contract with Dan Quinn is safer than a lame duck. And maybe he had to do what he had to do. But if it's me, I'm going to take a look at within. I'm going to say we was leaking out that he was our favorite guy and he still didn't even sit down with us. What about us is causing that? Are we wise enough to look at ourselves and say, are we doing too much? Because they are. Because they really are. Right. They right now all over again using the Kardashian model, going at their quarterback before you pay him. Knowing you getting ready to pay him, but you still turn them down. I don't like the fact, on my final word, that we starting to have people look like they're being put in a place to where they have to choose their respect or their dream. Their respect or their dream. So think about the fact that this is now year 8 for Dak Prescott, and they still treating him like a kid. He's still the only quarterback where the owners go at them over contracts. Sneak dissing it. So, but as a positive, I think we got a chance to start righting our wrongs. Sometimes you can improve. Sometimes, even though it might seem like, man, we losing an architect that built something special. At the end of the day, you were such a nerd that you didn't even manage the emotional intelligence to see that your guys was flat, and didn't even have the wisdom to go turn over some tables in the Buffalo game and in the Green Bay game. I don't think we gonna have that case if we go ahead and do what's smart and get Zimmer. Now, if we do, please God, If you get him, let him be him. Don't try to change him. Don't try to change his style to friendly. This team needs accountability. This team needs people or a coach and a leader that's going to put some fear. Because we all start saying at the end of the season, all of us, we can tell that they like you. We can tell that they love you. But do they respect you? Do they fear you? We finally got a chance to get somebody that can possibly bring that in and give us a better chance. We go see, and that's my final word.
Yeah, well, this thing all hinges on the coaches, the free agent moves, and then the draft. The first is, will they hire a guy that can add some get up and go to that defense and raise the level of intensity in the locker room? 1. 2, will you make aggressive free agent moves and get quality free agents that have more than a year or two left on their careers that can help this football team? And number 3, will you prioritize the positions of need in this year's draft? We're at phase 1. And this is like a domino. How you deal with the first domino will be a key indicator of how you will deal with the rest of these dominoes. So I'm going to wait and see on this one. The Cowboys, truly, the future and the growth of the team is in your hands. You're only one domino away. That's my final word.
The OC.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
That's a very great final word from both of you guys. And everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. That's my battle cry. We're looking for results, and we got a coach who's on the end of his career with the Cowboys if he don't get in the playoff and win multiple games. It's Super Bowl or bust for Mike McCarthy. And we're looking for results. And they say that they're going to go all in, but they got a coach with a 1-year deal. We don't have a defensive coordinator yet. And whether you go with retread or someone new, you don't want to bring someone new into this. You're going to have to go with an older guy who's been around, who moved around in Dallas, and that may be Mike Zimmer, and it should be him. At this point, he will be able to install some wisdom and understanding of the game. We will probably go into this draft and draft a linebacker. We probably have to do something with the extensions of contracts or do something to salvage contracts so that we can get a true linebacker, whether it be free agency or trade, and get somebody in here that can help. I know we got the expectations for Overshown to come into the mix, but that's going to take some time, ladies and gentlemen. I know we have expectations of Trayvon Diggs to come back. That's going to take some time. But why not bring in somebody who's known to have good DBs, and that's Mike Zimmer, right? He's known to have good DBs, and he will be able to alleviate some of that pressure there. And he will probably mix well with fire and ice, with him being the fire and Mike McCarthy being the ice. And everything else will work his way out with the Cowboys organization from here. But in order for us to do this, this will be the first wave. I'm hearing news that the Cowboys will make a signing right before the Super Bowl. If anybody can steal headlines, it'll be Jerry Jones. Look for that, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody can steal headlines, it'll be Jerry Jones, because they can't just roll into this Super Bowl talking about Taylor Swift and Pat Mahomes and the 49ers without talking about the Cowboys.
Who they gonna sign? Dak?
They might. Hey, it's gonna be some type of spices and news.
It makes sense for it to be Dak. I like where you're going with that. I like where you're going with that. I like it. I like it. But you can't do that as a final word, Lord. But go ahead.
Hey, Tyrone Church, man, make sure you send me that info via Twitter, man, on how the coach, how Jerry Jones was talking.
He
about the
did.
quarterback.
Yeah, he did.
Send it to you.
Yeah,
Send
he
it
did.
over to me too, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody. Man, that's my final word. I don't want to get too deep, man. I already try to pull some cover over this stuff, man. And
There it is. I'm gonna send it to you right now, Law.
What do you say? What do you say?
No,
Jerry
he's
Jones.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sending it to you now.
Okay, cool.
All right, man. Go ahead. Your final word, man.
That's the end of it, man.
That was the end.
Hey,
I messed it
that was
up.
the end of it, man. No. You good. You Gucci, man. We good, man. We gonna go home to the bed now, man, and chill, man. You know, we're gonna close this out, man, Cowboy Nation. Y'all gonna have a good night, y'all.
Let's get it.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Those grills, drop it hard.
Let's go.
Time to do.
Somebody said Babel had Jimmy Johnson. They was scared of Babel.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah, kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revin now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.